settings, so I have to approve everybody again.
Close the door.
But Thomas, you have a lot of noise,
Close
so
the door.
we better mute you
Close the window.
and talk to you later. Now that's better. Everybody has been muted. Well, anyway, it's 4 minutes past the hour, and I assume that most people already have joined. Otherwise, they will join in a few minutes. I'll admit them. Like I said, Zoom has changed their settings once again. So now I have to sit and admit people. We had usually turned that off. So people, whenever they fall out for some reason or another, they can just join again themselves. Now I have to sit and admit it again every single time. But I'll try and keep an eye on it. Now, welcome everybody to this presentation about Crowd One. I hope you're ready. We'll be talking about this for half an hour, 45 minutes. This is a business. I joined this business about a year ago, actually in June last year. So I've been part of Crowd One for a year and 3 months now. And Crowd One started actually January last year. So it's a very new company. We're less than 2 years old, but we have done amazing things in less than 2 years. And one of the things is that we have grown faster than anybody else. This is the fastest growing online business ever. And to give you a few numbers to show you how that is and why I'm saying this, when they started in January 25th exact, they started finding the very first person, and he went out and signed in two of his friends, and they found four other people, and they became eight, and eight became 16. And you know the math. 16 becomes 32, who becomes 64, and so on. And there will be thousands and tens of thousands and 100,000, 200,000, 500,000. And we passed about 2 weeks ago, we passed 11 million people worldwide. 11 million people. That's twice as many people as live in my country. We're only 5.5 million people in the country entirely. And here you're calculating all the old people and the babies as well. So we have 11 million adults who want to be a part of this business. So that's absolutely amazing. Now, let me tell you about Crowd One and what it is it does. We're making money online, and we do it by referring to other companies that exist. That means when we refer customers to other companies, we get a commission. So whenever anybody, any of you, me, anybody want to use some of the products or some of the services with our partners, we get a kickback, we get some money back, we get a commission. And when you are 11 million people, we're talking a lot of money. There's a lot of money going back to us from all the things we do on the online anyway. A number of companies are doing this. We're not the first to do this. Many companies are doing just this. If I mention Uber or I mention Airbnb, you all know these companies. Uber, all they have is actually a platform online where they're generating customers for people who have cars. They don't own a car themselves as a company. The same goes with Airbnb. They don't own the apartments, but they find customers to those people who want to rent out their apartments. And the list is long. You all know hotels.com. If you want to book a hotel anywhere in the world, you log on to hotels.com, you find a hotel. But again, hotels.com, they don't own the hotels. They work together with all the owners of the hotels, hence getting a commission every time they sign in a customer who books a room. And that's exactly the same we do in Crowd One. But instead of just focusing on one branch, on one area, we're focusing like an umbrella about all the different areas that you might be interested in online. So we're building the world's biggest network. And we passed, as I mentioned, 11 million people in less than 2 years. And mark my words, before we go out of this year, before New Year, we will have passed 20, if not 25 millions. The way we're going right now, actually, as we speak, right now, we're signing in about 30,000 people every single day. So I'm not the only one making this presentation. There are thousands of people sitting right now making presentations for friends and families around the world and signing in people. And why do we have such a success? Well, it's because we're working together with a number of companies, and this will be even bigger over the next many, many years. So let's start with looking at some of the partners that we have. We've made a homepage called Affilico, and from that homepage, Affilico, we're working together with all sorts of gambling and betting companies. That means these are mentioned like Codera, Come On. You probably know Come On, or Premier Bets or Codera, depending on where you live in the world. These are some of the biggest on the planet. This means that every time somebody logs on, that we have generated this customer. Every time we generate a customer who logs on and play, let's say, poker or baccarat or keno or any other game, or they bet on a football match, or they bet on a cricket match, or any other game, we get a commission, we get a kickback, we get some of the money back. So every time somebody's gambling somewhere, we get a commission. We also have something called GridHub, which are all sorts of education material. Here you can, when you log on, you can learn everything from personal development to how to invest your money. We're also working with a company called LifeTrends. And LifeTrends is just like Hotels.com, as I mentioned earlier. Or you might know Trivago or Momondo. There's a number of companies doing this. LiveTrend is one of the cheapest. This means that if you log on and open a window where you look at the prices on LiveTrends, and you open a window next to it and take any other competitor, you can take Hotels.com or Trivago, Momondo, whatever, and you compare those two, you will find that 8 out of 10 times LiveTrends is cheaper. So naturally, a guy like me, I don't gamble. I won't be using these Affilico, but I will definitely be using LiveTrends a lot, because here you can book hotels, you can rent cars, you can go on cruise ship, you can rent apartments. They have everything except airline tickets. So that's what I'll be doing. So every time I spend money, we will get a commission back because I'm booking a hotel, and it'll be divided out to everybody in the company. Now, imagine, if you will, a variety of different products, everything that you normally would go online and buy, any product or any service that you would buy online. Imagine if they're a business partner and we have a deal with them, they send a commission back whenever we find a customer, we spend money at their business. This will grow to be the biggest online business ever. And I can tell you, the next one that's on the rise, the next thing that will come is something called Mixta. And Mixta, as you can see to the right, is gaming, online gaming. And this covers everything in the gaming area, from all the games on Facebook, where people are playing Candy Crush or Farmville or Forge of Empires. But it also covers esports, and esport is booming. Counter Strike, Fortnite, League of Legends, Grand Theft Auto, all these FIFA, where you're playing football, all these games are esports, and it's booming, and that's what will get money as well. This, in my opinion, will be the biggest of them all. All of the others are generating money. We're making a nice income as we speak, and it will be bigger and bigger. but in my mind, this one will be the biggest of all. This will come in November, exactly on November 14th. We'll start with the first games, and then later on in January, we'll add some more. And there will be more and more business partners in all areas over the coming months and years. So imagine, if you will, a library of all sorts of products that you might buy online. And we have a deal with all of them. And every time you go on and spend money, we get a kickback. We get some of the money back that you have been spending. Things that you would buy anyway online. Now you just make money from it. So this is the idea. This is where we're going to make money. This is how the company works. Now, what I've been showing you here is the global part of the business. Because as I mentioned in the very beginning, we are now 11 million people. Most of these people are placed in Asia. A huge chunk is from Africa. Africa is the biggest, actually. And we're behind in Europe if we compare with these two, Asia and Africa. So naturally, there will be some regional products as well. And these regional products will be, there will be many, many of these. This is where we start. We've started with something called Safer, which is an app you can download. Safer works especially if you're living in an urban area in a big city. If you click on this app, if you need help, assistance of some sort, in most of these big cities, police will take about 15 to 20 or even 30 minutes before they arrive. This Safer app is connected to a huge number of security companies, and they will be there within 3 minutes. And it's actually very cheap. It costs very few dollars a month. So a lot of people will sign up. Hence, we will get a huge kickback from all of these customers. There'll also be other regional products. Here you have Tributes, which are lifestyle products that fit the climate of Nigeria. We're actually very big in both South Africa and in Nigeria. And there will be a number of regional products, also for Europe, also for Asia, and the rest of the world. These are just the very first ones where we've started. Bear in mind, this company is less than 2 years old. When I joined last year, 32 people had signed up. That's all. And that's actually impressive that from January to June, they found 32,000 people. 32,000, that was all when I started. But they became 64,000 and 128,000 and a quarter of a million, 500,000, 1 million. And we started with the very first products, those Afilco products. We started with those in November last year. And these have been adding on more and more. So there will be a huge variety of products, which all will give us some money back. But all of it is online. We don't buy any physical products ourselves. We don't produce any products. This means that if you have your mobile phone with you or your tablet, if you're online, you have your business with you. Even this presentation that I'm sitting here and showing you here now, it's in your back office. So you can open it and you can sit and show it if you're sitting next to your friends, or you can find somebody else in your downline or your upline and they will help you. So you have your business with you. That's the general idea. Now let's talk a little about who's behind the scene, who's running this show. And we're so lucky that we have one of the greatest guys within when we're talking about computers. This guy, Johan Stahl von Holstein, he's a Swedish guy. Johan, it's a Swedish name, and he's one of the richest guys in Sweden. He's built up his entire fortune himself, and he's done it within .com companies. He's one of the first to recognize that people will start spending money online, and he built a huge company, took it to the market. That means he went to the stock markets. He was standing on New York Stock Exchange and ringing the bell. That's a privilege you get when you have a huge company and you start selling your shares globally so that everybody can buy shares in your company. And he did this. He's done it 3 times. So 3 times he started up a small company to it's a huge company, took it on the market, was standing on New York Stock Exchange, ringing the bell, and 3 times. That made him today one of the richest guys in Sweden. I don't know if he's the third richest or the fifth or the seventh richest, but we're up there. We're talking billions and billions of dollars, actually. So he's hugely rich, hugely successful because he has the ability to see what will be the next big thing. What's the next big thing that will come? And this company was started by some guy called Jonas Werner. So when Johan Stahl von Holstein met with Jonas Werner, another Swedish guy, and saw what we are building, he immediately said, "You are doing the exact right thing, the right way, and the timing is absolutely perfect." So they teamed up, and Johan Stahl von Holstein is now our CEO. He's leading the company. And whenever you hear, there's a lot of videos with him online. I urge all of you, write down his name, copy it, and try and watch some of his videos because he's very smart and I've learned a lot just by listening to him. So this is the guy and some of the guys behind the scenes running this. And when he says that the timing is right, what he actually means is that today everybody has smartphones. Today everybody is accustomed to buying stuff online. Some don't buy very much, but they have tried to buy a little bit online. Others are buying everything online. In our household, my wife and I, we buy almost everything online. So almost every day, minimum 3, 4 times a week, some package arrive, either because she's bought some clothes for the children or shoes or groceries from the local supermarket. They come deliver the milk to the door, any other things. We buy everything online. Why run to a shop when you can sit home and just click on a few buttons and everything will be delivered to your door? That's the world we live in. And it will increase and it will be more and more and more. Plus the fact that in today's world, you need to have a network. You need to know somebody in order to be successful. So we have now combined all three things, building a huge network with online business, and we're making profit every time anybody buys anything. So to sum this up, how does Crowd One make money? We are a lot of members, 11 million at the moment, and it's growing. And every time anybody is using a product or a service, we get a commission. And all this money that comes into the company is being divided out to all of us. There's a cheese here to show you how it's being divided because 80%, those 40 and those 40 is being divided out to you, to me, to everybody in the organization. So 80% of all income is sent back out to all of us. The company keeps 20% for themselves for running costs. And that's very cheap. Uh, if you try looking at bookings from other companies, you'll find that it's usually about 50% for running costs. But they can do this because we don't have huge warehouses full of a lot of products and an army of people running back and forth, packing things into boxes and sending it left and right. All we need are offices around the world, and we already have in 6 areas. We have offices in Sweden, in London, we have 2 in Spain, we have in South Africa, in Johannesburg, and we have in Manila. So that's why the company can have the running cost as low as 20%, which is a benefit for all of us. Now, the 80% is being divided in two equal size pools. 40% is being given out to all of us as something called long-term residual income. This means that all of us is given a certain amount every month. Once you start working for the company, you've done a little thing for the company, you will get a certain amount of money every month. This is due to something called network levels. We'll get back to that in another show, another presentation. But the higher you're ranked on this network level, the more you will get paid passively every single month. Whether you've been working that month or not, it doesn't matter. Once you reach a certain level, you'll be given these money every single month. So you might be working, let's say, September, October, November, December. But when you get to January, you're not working. You're very busy on something else. If you're a student, you might be busy with your exams or something else, but you still get whatever you're eligible to get, whatever you've qualified yourself for. That amount of money will be given to you every single month, actually for the rest of your life. So the other 40% is being divided by something called Crowd One rewards. There are a number of rewards in the system. And when you join the business, you are given a certain amount of rewards with your startup package. And every time you sign in somebody or somebody in your downline sign in people and you make a commission, some of the money will be used to buy even more rewards. You're also given rewards for free every single week if you want it. You can go in and claim, say, yes, thank you, I would like to have this. You have been given more and more rewards. So these rewards, the more you have, the more you are being, the more you will get when the company pays out these rewards, the dividends. So these rewards are being paid out every quarter. That means every third month. So you have a residual income every single month because at any given moment, somebody somewhere around the world is either betting on a football game or a cricket match, or booking a hotel or renting a car or doing any other stuff. And all this money is a constant stream of money into the company, which is being delivered out to us every single month. And as rewards, we get paid every quarter. So just about 2 weeks ago, we all had a double payment. We both got residual income on September 15th, and we also got payment from this Crowd One reward system. So that was a very good day. But we will get, and these amount of money will increase as we get more and more business partners, as we get more and more people in the organization. So this is the passive part. This actually covers the first half of the presentation because these are the money that's given to you from all the income that's generated online. Now, before I come to the other half, the active part, where you need to go out and you find two, three, four, five of your friends and sign them into the business, and we will help them find two, three, four of their friends and help them find somebody, and so on. That's called network marketing because you're using your network to get the business to grow. And that's the active part, and that's where you also can make money. But before we get to this, let's look at how much it costs to be a part of this. Because you only have to pay a fee once. We don't have any recurring payments that you have to pay every month or every year. You have to do something. So once you have paid your entrance fee, your very first fee, you don't have to pay anymore. It's a one time only. Now, there are four packages you can choose between, and they have named them white package, black package, gold package, or titanium. And these are the names we have chosen. And the prices are mentioned in something called business points. In the beginning, we mentioned the price was put up in euros. But since we are bigger in Africa than in Europe, and we're bigger in Asia than Europe, it makes no sense to continue to having the prices in Europe because your currency, there are more people using your local currency than euros. So to make it the same around the world, we're using something called business points. So a white package costs 990 business points, a black costs 2,990 business points, and so on. To calculate this into your currency, you need to ask your upline how much is it. I can tell you what it is in euro. That will give you a hint of how much it costs and how much it's worth. Because here in Europe, it's very, very simple to convert business point into euros. All you have to do is take away the zero. That means a white package will cost you 99 euros. The black package will cost you a little less than 300 euros. Gold package is 800 euros, and the titanium package is 2,500 euros. Naturally, you will need to convert it into whatever currency is you have in your country. But ask your upline, they will explain to you how much it is. But now you know how much it is in euro. With these packages comes a lot of benefits. And the bigger the package you buy, the more benefits you will have. Let's take the education packages. If you buy the white package, you get access to the bronze education package. If you buy the black package, you get access both to the bronze and the silver education package. If you buy the gold one, you get access to both bronze, silver, and gold. And if you buy the titanium package, you have access to all the education material that is available online. On top of this, you will also be given a certain amount of rewards. And naturally, the bigger package you buy, the more rewards you are given with each packages. And on top of this, when you get to the bonus plan, and we'll start talking and you'll learn more about the bonus plan, there are a number of benefits that comes along with the biggest packages, especially gold and titanium. But fear not, if you are signing up with a white package, you always have the option to upgrade from a white to black, from a black to gold, from gold to titanium. And it only costs the difference. So that means if you have bought a white package and spent 100 euro, the price from white to black will be exactly the difference. That's 200 euros. There are no extra fees or extra charges. This is what it costs. If you already have a black package today and you want to upgrade it to a gold package, it will set you back 500 euros. That's exactly the difference. And the difference is 17 over here. So enough about the packages. You can always upgrade. So you just start wherever you want to start and then upgrade as you go along. Now let's look at the compensation plan, all these bonuses that we are given. Now we get to the active part of the business. So if you go out and you find two, three, four, five of your friends, have them sign into the business, and you help them find some of their friends, and they join the business, you are building a network, and this network will earn you money. The more people you find, the bigger network you have, the more money you will make. And let me run a couple of examples for you. The way the system works is that some of the people you sign in, they will be on your right hand side, and some of the people will be on your left hand side. And that's the choice they have. That's the choice you have. Either right hand side or left hand side. You can't put people anywhere else. That's where they are being placed. Let me show you how it looks like. Here we have an account we have logged in. And if you look at the downline, you will see we have this guy, Aiden, here on top. And the people who have been signed in are either in one long string on the right hand side or one long string on the left hand side. And this just goes on and on and on. You have all these people sign in, and we're all placed like pearls on a string, like you're queuing here. So that way we are all helping each other because we're all in one line. So everybody has, these are called two legs. Everybody has two legs, either a left leg or a right leg. So whenever you sign in somebody, you decide, do I want to put this new guy in my right leg or do I want to put the new guy in my left leg? That's a choice you make every single time. So let's run an example here. Let's say that's you. You're sitting here on the top, and now you go out and you find this nice lady to the right. She's buying a white package, which has a value of 90 points. In this example, you can see white, 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 white. They all bought the cheapest, the white package. Naturally, if it was a black package, that would be 270 points. If it was a gold package, it would be 720 points. So the bigger package people buy, the more business points you will get. But in this example, you find this nice lady, she signs up into the business, and you now have 90 point in your right leg. Then you go out a couple of days later and you find this guy who is also buying a white package, which is also 90 points. Now you have points in both sides, which means that the computer will add the points up. In this case, it's 180 business points, which equals 18 euros. And this is being divided 70% and 30%. And 70% of this amount you're making here is being put directly on your cash account. So you can take these money out right away. So the very same second this guy joins and you make money, money's on your account and you can take it out. It naturally requires a minimum, but you get the picture. Every time somebody signs in and you have money, it's immediately on the account. Now let's continue this story. Let's say that this nice lady, she goes home and find her husband, and she signs in this guy as well. Now you got 90 point again because you found the lady who went home and she signed in her husband. Then you are very busy. You found another friend of yours and you sign her in. That's again 90 points. Now you have 90 point in your left hand side. You have 90 point in your right hand side. And as you can see, it doesn't matter who found whom here because you found this lady. And on this side, it was the lady you found who found this guy. But the computer will add up the points anyway. That's 180 business points. That's 18 euro that you get. 70% is being put on your cash account. And the last 30% is being converted into crowd one rewards. That's the brilliance of the system. That means that the rewards I was talking about earlier, the rewards you started by having, which are given to you in the startup package, it becomes bigger and bigger. You will have more and more rewards the more people are working in your organization. Hence, when you have a lot of rewards, you're given a bigger payout every third month. Now, let's continue this example. Let's assume that you are very busy, sitting home watching television. There's a very good movie on. And while you're sitting home watching television, this nice couple that you signed in, they go and sign in their neighbor. Now this lady is also buying a white package and you got 90 point in your right hand side and you didn't even know it. You're still sitting home watching television, watching a good movie, and this lady is signing in this guy. Again, you got 90 point on your left hand side. And again, now you have 90 point on your left leg, 9 in your right leg. You were making 18 euros again without you even knowing this. You'll be told because your telephone will say ka-ching, and it does. It has this ringing sound like an old register. Ka-ching, this ringing of a bell. And when you pick up the phone and you can see, hey, I make money because some of the people you signed in started finding people, and every time you have points in both the left and right leg, you will be paid. You will get money. Now, this example that I'm showing you is called one-to-one ratio. It's to make it simple because we sign in one, 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 one. That's not the way things normally goes. And that's why the system will also cover if it's a bit different. Let's assume this is more realistic. You found this very nice lady. She's hurrying home to her husband who's enthusiastic about this, and they will both sign up. Now you have two people on your right hand side, and now you'll have 180 points on your right hand side. Before you go out a couple of days later and sign in this guy, then the computer will take those 90 points, add it in a ratio 1 to 2, and add it to those 180, which makes 270 business points, which in turn means that you have made a profit of 27 euros. Actually, this can be done even in a ratio 1 to 3. So you found this nice lady, she signed in her husband, they go in and sign in the neighbor. Now you have three people on your right hand side. You have 90, 90, 90, that's 270 points. And then you go out and sign in this guy. Then the computer will take it on a ratio 1 to 3, which in turn means that now you made 36 euros instead. Let's look at it, how it looks in real life. We're still at the back office of this IDEN, and here you can see the points in his left leg and the point in the right leg. And here the people in the left leg has been working harder than the people in the right leg. So there'll be 990 points here. So imagine if somebody makes 300 points in the right hand side. 300 points will take 900 and be added to it. That's 1200 points. That's 120 euros. So you will always have zero in one side. It can be right, it can be left. And every time somebody is working, or you make either you or your downline is making something in the weaker leg, as we call it, you will get a payout and the money will be put on your cash account. So this is how the system works. So to sum it up, the very first half, we all make a lot of money online every time somebody is buying any product or using any service, and we get a commission and it's being divided to all of us. And the active part, the second part, which I just showed you now, is if you go out and you find some of your friends, sign up two, three, five guys, or even more. I have people in my downline who have signed in 50 people. And it's possible. Some will work like the devil himself, other they're very busy with family, children, running two jobs on the side, and don't have so much time to do this. You will find whatever fits you and how much time and effort you want to put into this business. As I told you, you have this presentation, you have it in your back office. So when you log onto your back office, I urge you to go to this 6 points menu here, because this will teach you how to be successful. Because a lot of money make a lot of people make this claim, oh, this is great, I want to make a ton of money, I want to make as much money as possible. But that's not a goal, that's a dream, that's a wish. It's not a goal. And the reason why it's not a goal to make as much money as possible is you don't know when you have reached it. You can't say, oh, now I have reached my goal. You need to have some solid goals, some numbers put down on a piece of paper or on a Word document or anywhere. But you need to write down your goal. You make it physical somehow so you know what your goal is. Because then you will know once you reached it, and then you can put another. And let me give you an example. One of my friends, his goal is he wants to make enough money to buy a huge, a sports car. It's very expensive. It's very luxurious, but that's his wish. And he has a huge picture of this sports car hanging on his refrigerator. So every time he goes and opens the refrigerator, he's looking at this picture and he's reminded three, four, five times a day whenever he goes by the refrigerator. That's my goal. That's what I'm working for. That's what I want. And at some point, he will have it because it's visual. You can see it and you know what it is. So you have to run this menu of 6 points for yourself. First of all, know why you are in this business. You should know why you want to do this because the reasons are different from all of us. My goal, my why is I'm an old guy. This is my pension plan. That's why I'm doing it. I've had many jobs in my life. I've done many things, and I like working. But I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen so huge an opportunity like this one. So for me, this is my last company. I will stay with this company, and this is my pension plan. That is my why. Other people, their why is if they can only make, let's say, 500 euros extra every month, it would be life changing. I heard about a lady in not my downline, in another downline, but I heard her video. She was making a presentation, and she was making enough money now that she could pay the rent of where they live. It's her alone, not with the help of her husband, but her alone. The money she was making in crowd one could pay the rent. She could also pay for her sister, her rent, and her parents, her rent. And that was her goal. That was enough for her. That's her why. That's she wants to be financial independent. And she came to this already. And then you start making bigger and newer goals. So set up your goals. And your goal can be a huge one or it can be a small one. That's up to you. But write it down. It's very, very important. You write it down and say, this is my goal. So you know what it is you go for. And then you follow all the training that's being offered, just like this one. It's a presentation. There are many people doing these presentations. Try and join as many as possible. If you go on YouTube, you will find thousands of different presentations. Some are very good, some are not so good. But try clicking around and ask your upline. They all know which one is good, worth seeing, and learn as much as possible. We have in the company also a guy called Peter Jacobson, who every weekend have this seminar, and you have the option to log on and listen to him. That's very great. He's very good, very talented. So try and follow all these trainings as much as possible to improve yourself. And then make a plan, an action plan. And it's very, very simple. There's an old saying. I like that saying very, very much. It says, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. I like to repeat it even because if you, because it's so important. You need to have a plan. How do I get to this? And then you make an action plan. And once you have done all these things, you have to be honest with yourself and review what did I do. So every week, at least every week, you look back and you say to yourself, did I do as I planned last week? Or was I too busy watching movies on television? Or was I too busy doing something else? But that's why you set your goals, you write it down, you make an action plan to follow up, and then you review this. And if there is a week once in a while where you have to be honest to yourself and say, I actually didn't. I could have called three more people last week, but I didn't. Then you make sure that you do the next week. So you follow whatever your plan is. And don't try to copy anybody else's plan because you live your life. You need to find whatever plan it is that fits you. Because, like I said, some people they're running two jobs already. They have a house full of children and they're very busy. So time is an issue. Other people, they have all the time in the world. So you need to put your goals and your plan that fits your life and your dreams. The company's slogan is impossible is nothing. And that is actually a fact. So we have almost in less than 2 years, we've passed 11 million people. This proves that impossible is nothing. If you asked anybody 2 years ago, can you start a new company and have 11 million people in 1 year, 9 months? Everybody would have said, oh, that's impossible. Nobody can do this. We did it. And we're growing very fast. So impossible, it is nothing. So this about sums it up. That's the presentation I want to do today. And I promised everybody I try to keep it under an hour. So we have about 10 minutes left if anybody wants to ask any questions. Remember, you need to unmute yourself in order to ask questions. So please start talking. Anybody? Well, it seems like everybody is happy. Everybody is informed. They don't come up. If you have any questions at a later date, then call your upline, your